Hi everybody. This is a very unusual video for me. I don't usually put my face in my videos because I just don't feel the need to publicize me. Today's different. Something that's happened to a lot of us on YouTube as creators has really, given us a pretty big punch in the breadbasket. And that is, some of you don't care because you just come on here to watch content, and that's great, but for the people that make the content for you to watch, we have been, our ability to earn any money at all for most of YouTube has been removed. As of February 20th, we will not be allowed to earn a dime. Now, when I say a dime, it's a little bit sarcastic, but let me explain to you what a dime is for me. At the beginning of 2017, monetization of my channel, where you see commercials, I was getting all of $5, $6, $7 a month. That doesn't pay for anything, but it gives me encouragement to keep on trucking, right? Keep working. So here we are, January of 2018, and I'm going to break $20. It's not very much money. 20 bucks a month is chump change. I've had a spike. Usually each December there's kind of a spike and it's a little higher, but that's abnormal. So I'm not making much. Now, because I've been on YouTube for 11 years, I have had a lot of views of a lot of my videos. So one of the specifications that YouTube added is that you have to have 4,000 hours of your videos viewed to qualify for monetization, to earn money. And the second one was you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. Now, any of you that have been watching my channel at all have noticed I never say, rate, share, and subscribe. Never. Not in writing, not verbally, ever. I don't feel that way. It annoys me to death. My favorite channels, I watch them, they always say that. It's like, really? I can't decide that on my own? So that's why I don't do it. And, maybe it holds me back a little bit. I've got 305 subscribers as of right now. I need to have 1,000 before February 20th. Ain't gonna happen. It just can't happen. It's gonna take a couple of years to make that happen. So I will, as of February, earn $0. It's not that the money means a lot, it's just that it's encouragement to keep going. Because maybe someday, 5 or 10 years from now, maybe I'll be earning hundreds of dollars a month. That would be useful. Maybe I could get a new camera. This camera is from 2009. So it's almost 9 years old. This summer it'll be 9 years old. And it's okay. Most of the flaws in my videography is me. I get tired of editing, and YouTube took away our online editing tool too, which makes it way faster, but it makes it easier for them. So I think part of the problem with YouTube right now is they're owned by Google, and Google is owned by Alphabet Inc. I didn't know that. I thought Google was its own entity, but it's not. So I think that's part of the reason we're seeing these cutbacks against us. Now, it's not just a ploy against little tiny YouTubers like me. It's because there are people out there stealing content from other people, putting it on their channel, and trying to earn money off of it. Some of them do. It's against the law, it's rude, it's crude, it's all those things, but it happens in huge volume. So you steal from somebody else, use their content to earn a dime. That's not cool. So one of the ways of getting around that is to make sure that before you're allowed to earn any money, that you have met these standards. 4,000 hours every 12 months, and at least 1,000 subscribers. So if you open a brand new channel and you try to steal somebody else's content, you can't monetize it. You can't earn any money off of it. So that's how they're gonna do it. That's YouTube's great decision. Their board of directors, I'm sure, had several meetings over this. Why do I know? Because I've been on board of directors. I think this is probably one of the easiest ways for them to handle it. And part of their reasoning in the email that you can read online is that most people only get like $2.50 a month. And it was a huge, like 90-something% of all YouTubers, that's all they get. Well, that's okay. It's their channel. If $2.50 is all they want, then that's all they should worry about, because 5 or 10 years from now, those guys could be monsters on YouTube. They could be huge. So when you damage the seedlings in an event like this, you damage the future. I think it's very short-sighted. I think there's better ways of doing the same thing. But there are literally, I'm absolutely certain there's millions of content providers like me, millions. So what's the easiest way for them to do it? They can't hand pick and go through it and fix the problem. Personally, I think YouTubers could. I think they could flag people, just like on Craigslist, right? You see an ad that you see a brand new Maserati for $1,000 and you know that's BS. You flag it, and after a while the ad gets taken down with a couple of flags. That must be too complicated for YouTube. Yeah, I'm a little pissed. It's a lot of work doing this. This is not stuff you... Even as simple and raw as my videos are, you'll see no editing or fancy stuff or graphics at the beginning or end. I did a little of that in a couple of years ago. It's just too much work, man. I just don't have the energy to be, doing hours and hours of work like that. So I try to shoot everything in one shot and then post it. And yeah, it's raw. Well, so am I. Look at me, I'm just a simple guy, and I don't need a lot, but my efforts are being squelched because of bad people doing bad things. And there was, in the email to all the YouTubers, they talked about a very large YouTuber also causing a problem. So people have theories of who it is, because there's only 10 or 12 of them that are earning millions of dollars a year. So maybe one of them caused it. I'll just stay generic on that because I don't know. As YouTubers, we're not entitled to that information. Sometimes it's kind of obvious, but let's just leave it at that. So, I'm down in the $20 a month range. I can buy myself lunch, what, twice a month? 3 times if I go real cheap on $20? But it motivates me. It keeps me going. And it's a lot of work when you do something like these cylinder heads and you have to stop and video, and it's a lot of work. It doubles and triples the amount of time. And I can promise you, I don't have the energy for that. I don't have it anymore. So I need to be able to post a video with ease after something I think is important to people. I tend to do some stuff very detailed, maybe boring, but I guarantee you it's happened to me. You go out there, you need an answer to something hard, difficult, and somebody's done it in great detail and saved my bacon many times. YouTube and the internet as a whole are the greatest libraries on the face of the earth that's ever been invented. So you're going to see a lot of people posting their gripes about what YouTube's doing to us small, tiny little creators. And it's a little annoying if you're just there for the entertainment, but please understand, it's real. They might only be taking $5 or $10 from us, or as they claim, less than $2.50. But I'm up to $20, which means someday I'll be $30, $40, $100 a month. Ooh. It still has value. $100 a month would be $1,200 a year. I could buy any $500 camera. One of these days, this camera's going to break, and then I'll be back to my cell phone. This has a steady algorithm in it, so it doesn't wiggle so bad, and since I freehand most of my videos, they wiggle pretty good anyway. I don't want to go back to my cell phone. I will, because I'm a pretty raw shooter. I don't, as I've said already, I don't make my videos super refined. I don't want to. If you don't like the rawness of my videos and the DIY content that I have, then obviously this channel is not for you. But I have been saved many, many times by other DIY YouTubers, and I think it's a hugely valuable asset to the internet. If you want to learn how to do something that you don't know how to do, watching somebody else do it a couple of times is 30 to 50% of the battle. Then you go out there armed with knowledge of how to do it. Maybe you've still never done it, but you'll do a much better job and have far better odds of doing a good job if you have seen somebody else do it. And I promise you, all this time I've been on YouTube, there's so many people out there who saved my butt. These Jeeps, for instance, you know, these old Jeeps have the most ungodly oil pan gaskets on the planet. There are videos out there of guys ripping their oil pans off of their vehicles with a chain pulled by another vehicle because it's so hard to get them off. It took me a month to get mine off. And I still haven't gotten all the gasket material off. Jeep didn't want them to leak, yeah, but they also didn't want them to ever come off either. So anyway, I learned from one guy I found. He explained to me in detail what to do, and he saved my butt. This is quite real, this asset YouTube. It's quite real. And the little guys like me and everybody else needed to be treated with a little more respect. They really do. If I still lived in San Jose, I'd go apply for a job at YouTube and I'd work this problem from the inside. But I don't, so I'm not. But this is not okay. This isn't okay. And this isn't the first time. Earlier this year, they pulled a stunt and said you need to have at least 10,000 views to get monetized. Well, that didn't bother me. I had way more because I've been on for 11 years. So anyway, for those of you watching this boring as hell video and me in front of it, which has only happened, I think, once before, please understand, this is very serious for all of us. This is a ton of work. It doubles and triples what I have to do on repairing these vehicles. It's absolutely unbelievable. So just put up with us where you can, to anybody that's in trouble, hit the subscribe button, and then after, say, March 1st, unsubscribe, because they only need it up until then. Yeah, if you drop below 1,000, they'll cut you loose again. So I would do that. If somebody needs a few hundred more, I'll add mine in there. I don't subscribe to a lot of people, but there's a whole lot of YouTube people that I watch. Anyway, I don't mean to bore all of you, but I've waited a long time. This happened on January 16th, and this is, I don't even know what day it is. It's a week and a half later on Saturday. Don't be afraid to pitch in, however you can, for any of us. Sometimes just listening and posting a positive comment can really help. Some people have cried over this, and it's pretty serious. Now, those bastards that are making millions of dollars over, all their content, good on them. In fact, there's a couple of YouTubers that are suing YouTube over this. So, yeah, whatever. That's not going to help me or anybody else tiny like me. So, put up with this. Help us where you can. I've still never asked anybody to like, share, and subscribe, because I hate hearing that. I hate being pitched on every video. Like, share, and subscribe. Oh, shut up. So, if I break down and start doing that, please forgive me. But as of today, no, ain't doing it. Might take me a couple more years to get from 300 to 1,000 subscribers. But who knows? By then the rules will probably change again and turn YouTube into unobtainium yet again. Anyway, I got to get back to work. That's all I got to say. See you, bye.